If your body has been changing lately, this is not random. Something is happening to you, and deep down, you've already felt it. The unexplained shifts. The moments where your energy feels different. The times your body reacts in ways you can't fully understand. You've tried to ignore it, maybe even questioned if something was wrong. But what if I told you this is not a coincidence? You didn't just stumble onto this message by accident. God brought you here, right now, at this exact moment, for a reason. Because what you're experiencing is not ordinary. It's spiritual. It's deeper than anything you've been told before. There are people who go their entire lives without ever noticing these changes. They stay asleep, disconnected, unaware of what's happening within them. But you're different. You've been chosen to feel this shift, to notice it, to question it, and most importantly, to awaken through it. Maybe your body has been sending you signals you can't explain. Moments of sudden fatigue, even when you've rested. Waves of emotion that come out of nowhere. A strange sense of awareness, like you're seeing things more clearly than ever before. And yet, at the same time, feeling disconnected from the world around you. It can feel confusing, even overwhelming, like something inside you is being rewritten, piece by piece. But listen carefully. This is not a breakdown. This is a transformation. There's a reason ancient spiritual teachings spoke about ascension, not as something distant or unreachable, but as something that begins within the human body itself. A process where your spirit starts aligning with a higher calling, where your physical self struggles to keep up with what your soul already knows. And when that process begins, your body reacts, not in random ways, but in very specific signs. Signs that most people overlook. Signs that can feel uncomfortable, even unsettling if you don't understand them. But once you do, everything starts to make sense. Because ascension is not just a spiritual idea. It's a real physical experience. One that affects your thoughts, your emotions, and yes, your body. And here's the part no one tells you. When God begins to elevate you, your body has to adjust to a new level of energy, a new level of awareness, a new version of you that's being prepared for something greater. That's why you've been feeling this shift. That's why things that once felt normal no longer do. That's why you can't go back to who you used to be, even if you tried. You are in the middle of a transformation that few people truly understand. And instead of fear, what you need right now is clarity, because the signs your body is showing you, they are not random symptoms. They are messages, more messages telling you that something inside you is waking up. Messages telling you that you are being guided, even if you don't fully see the path yet. And the truth is, once you recognize these signs for what they really are, you'll never look at yourself the same way again. You'll stop doubting, you'll stop questioning, and you'll finally understand why everything has been happening the way it has. Because this journey you're on, it was never meant to be easy. It was meant to change you, and right now, it already is. What you're about to discover next will explain everything you've been feeling. The first signs are subtle, but once you notice them, you can't ignore them. At first, it feels small, easy to dismiss. You tell yourself it's just stress, just a long day, just life catching up with you. But then it keeps happening again and again. And something deep inside whispers, this is different. The first sign is an overwhelming, almost unexplainable fatigue. Not the kind of tiredness sleep can fix. This goes deeper. You wake up feeling like you've been somewhere, like your body rested, but your soul was busy all night. Heavy eyes, slow movements, a weight you can't shake. And no matter how much you try to push through it, your body demands you slow down. This is not weakness. This is not laziness. This is your system recalibrating. When your spirit begins to rise, your body has to catch up. It's like carrying a new level of energy you've never held before. And that process, it drains you before it strengthens you. The second sign is emotional intensity. Suddenly, you feel everything deeper, stronger. Emotions you thought you had buried start surfacing, old wounds, forgotten memories. Even small things can trigger a wave you weren't expecting. You might find yourself overwhelmed, confused, even questioning why it's all coming up now. But this is not random. This is release. God is clearing space within you, purging what no longer belongs in the version of you that's being created. Every tear, every moment of heaviness, it's part of something sacred. You are not breaking down. You are being cleansed from the inside out. The third sign is a growing sense of isolation. People you once connected with feel distant. Conversations that used to flow now feel empty. You might even start pulling away without fully understanding why. It's not that you don't care anymore. It's that something within you has changed. You're no longer aligned with the same energy, and that can feel lonely. It can make you question yourself. But this separation is not punishment. It's protection. God is creating space around you, so you can hear Him more clearly, so you can step into who you're becoming without being pulled back into who you used to be. The fourth sign is heightened awareness. You start noticing things you never paid attention to before. The way people speak, the energy behind their words, the feeling in a room. The moment you walk in, even your intuition becomes sharper, almost like an inner voice guiding you, warning you, revealing things before they happen. It's subtle at first, but then it grows stronger and you begin to realize you're seeing beyond the surface now. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual sensitivity, awakening within you, a gift that allows you to navigate life with deeper clarity if you learn to trust it. And the fifth sign is a powerful urge to change your life. Things that once felt important suddenly don't matter anymore. Habits, routines, even goals you were chasing start to feel empty. And in their place, there's this quiet but persistent pull towards something more, something higher. Even if you can't fully define it yet, it's like your soul is calling you forward, and you can't ignore it. This can feel uncomfortable, even scary, because it asks you to let go of what's familiar. But this urge is not confusion. It's direction. It's God nudging you toward alignment with your true purpose. And when you look at all of this together, the fatigue, the emotions, the isolation, the awareness, the desire for change, it paints a picture of transformation in motion. You are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt. And every sign your body and mind are showing you, they are guiding you closer to who you were always meant to become. But these are only the beginning. The next signs go much deeper. As your ascension deepens, your reality begins to shift. And this is where things stop feeling familiar. What once felt stable starts to feel uncertain. What once felt like your normal life begins to feel like something you are slowly stepping out of. It's not loud. It doesn't happen all at once. But piece by piece, your inner world starts changing the way you see everything around you. The sixth sign is emotional detachment. Not from people you don't care about, but even from things that used to define you. Old desires lose their grip. Things you once chased with urgency now feel distant, almost meaningless. You may catch yourself wondering why certain goals even mattered so much before. This is not numbness. This is elevation. Your spirit is rising above attachments that once kept you anchored. And while it can feel strange, even unsettling, it is actually a sign that your awareness is expanding beyond the limits of your old identity. The seventh sign is increased intuition. It becomes harder to ignore that inner knowing. You start sensing outcomes before they happen. You feel people's intentions without them saying a word. Situations begin to reveal themselves before they fully unfold. And the strange part is, you don't always have proof, but you feel it anyway. This can create confusion at first. You may question yourself, doubt what you're sensing. But over time, you begin to realize something powerful. Your spirit is learning to perceive truth beyond logic. And that voice inside you, it's getting louder for a reason. The eighth sign is intense emotional waves without clear triggers. One moment you're fine. The next, you feel heavy, reflective, or overwhelmed for no obvious reason. It can come suddenly, like a wave passing through you, and just as quickly it fades. But it leaves you thinking, why did I feel that? What is happening to me? These waves are not random instability. They are energetic releases. Layers of emotional residue being cleared from your system as you rise into a new frequency of awareness. The ninth sign is a growing sense of inner solitude. Even in crowds, you can be surrounded by people and still feel like you're observing from a distance. Conversations feel lighter, less engaging. You find yourself thinking deeply, while everything around you feels surface level. It's not that you are disconnected from reality. It's that you are starting to perceive it differently. There is a quiet awareness growing inside you that sees beyond words, beyond appearances. And with that awareness comes a feeling that only you are experiencing things this way. But you are not alone in this process. Even if it feels that way. The 10th sign is spiritual restlessness. You can't fully settle anymore. Not in old routines, not in old environments, not even in old versions of yourself. There is a constant inner pull, like something is calling you forward, but you don't yet see the destination clearly. This can feel frustrating, because part of you wants clarity, but another part is being asked to trust the unknown. And that tension, that in-between space, is where transformation truly happens. You are no longer who you were, but not yet fully who you are becoming. And living in that space can feel like standing between two worlds at once. One foot in the old reality, one foot in something higher. And as confusing as it feels, it is sacred, because this is where awakening deepens. This is where identity dissolves. This is where your spirit begins to lead, not your fear, not your past, not your conditioning. And even if you don't fully understand it yet, something inside you already knows. You are not going backward. You are being pulled forward into something greater than anything you've known before. And the final signs are the ones that confirm everything. If you've experienced these final signs, your transformation is undeniable. At this point, there is no going back to who you used to be. Something within you has already crossed a threshold. Even if your life outside still looks the same, inside, everything has changed, and these final signs are the ones that confirm it beyond doubt. The 11th sign is a powerful disconnection from your old identity. You start looking at your past self like a different person. The things you once wanted, the way you used to think, even the choices you made, they don't fully feel like you anymore. It's almost like watching someone else's life and realizing how far you've come from it. This can feel strange, even disorienting. But it is a clear sign that your consciousness is shifting. You are no longer operating from the same mindset, the same emotional patterns, or the same limitations. God is stripping away the identity that no longer fits the purpose He is shaping inside you. The 12th sign is an unshakable inner calling towards something greater. Even if you don't fully understand it, you feel it. A pull toward purpose, toward meaning, toward something that cannot be ignored anymore. It may not have a clear shape yet, but it is there, constant, persistent, alive within you. And the more you try to ignore it, the louder it becomes. This is not ambition. This is not random desire. This is divine alignment beginning to activate in your life. It's the quiet reminder that you were created for more than survival, more than repetition, more than the life you used to accept as enough. The 13th sign is deep internal purification through solitude and reflection. You may find yourself needing more time alone, not out of sadness, but out of necessity. Silence becomes powerful. Distraction becomes unbearable. You start to feel most at peace when everything around you is quiet. In that silence, thoughts surface, truths surface, realizations surface. It's not always comfortable. Sometimes it forces you to face parts of yourself you've avoided for years. Old fears, old patterns, old pain. But this is sacred work, because in this space of solitude, God is not just removing what no longer serves you. He is revealing who you truly are beneath it all. And then comes the 14th sign, the most powerful of them all. A deep, unexplainable sense that your life is about to change direction completely. You may not know how, you may not know when, but inside, there is a certainty growing stronger every day, like standing at the edge of something vast. Knowing you are about to step into a completely new chapter of your existence, it brings both peace and intensity at the same time, because part of you is ready, and part of you is still letting go. But this is the final confirmation. When your spirit begins to feel this level of certainty without external proof, it means alignment is already happening behind the scenes. Doors are preparing to open, paths are forming, changes are already in motion that you cannot yet see. And all of it is connected to the transformation you've been experiencing from the very beginning. You are not the same person who started noticing these signs. You are becoming someone new, someone more aware, more aligned, more connected to purpose than ever before. And even if the journey has felt confusing, emotional, or overwhelming at times, it has all been leading you here, to this moment of realization, that what you've been feeling inside your body, your mind, and your spirit was never random. It was preparation. Preparation for a shift that will redefine everything you thought your life was supposed to be. But understanding these signs is only the beginning. What comes next will change everything. This is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of who you truly are. Everything you've felt, everything you've experienced, every shift in your emotions, your body, your thoughts, and your spirit, it was never random. It was never meaningless. It was never just life happening. It was transformation, a quiet, powerful unfolding of something deeper inside you, something that cannot be explained by logic alone, because it was never meant to be understood only with, was meant to be felt in the soul. You started noticing the changes in your body, the fatigue that didn't make sense, the emotional waves that came without warning, the detachment from things that once defined you, and slowly those signs began to form a pattern, a message, a calling. And now you see it. You are not who you used to be, and that is not something to fear. It is something to understand, because this process you are going through, this ascension, this awakening, this inner shift is not something you created. It is something being guided, something being shaped, something being revealed through you, step by step, moment by moment. God does not call you into transformation without walking with you through it. Even in the confusion, even in the isolation, even in the moments where you questioned everything, you were never abandoned. You were being prepared for clarity, prepared for purpose, prepared for a version of yourself that cannot be formed in comfort, but only in change. And if you felt alone in this, hear this clearly. You are not alone. There are others going through the same awakening, others feeling the same shifts, the same inner pull, the same silent breaking away from the old, and stepping into something new. But most of all, you are not alone spiritually. There is a divine order behind everything you are experiencing. Nothing about this is accidental, not the timing, not the discomfort, not the questions rising within you. All of it has been part of a process designed to bring you back into alignment with who you were meant to be. And even though it may have felt like loss, at times it was actually release of confusion, release of limitation, release of everything that no longer belongs in the next version of your life. What remains is clarity. What remains is awareness. What remains is truth. And truth is always simple at its core. You are being led somewhere higher, not away from your life, but into a deeper understanding of it. So don't be afraid of what is changing within you. Don't resist what you are beginning to see, feel, or understand, because resistance only delays what is already unfolding. Instead, trust. Trust that the discomfort is part of elevation. Trust that the silence is part of alignment. Trust that the unknown is part of divine direction. You were chosen to experience this shift for a reason. Not to break you, but to build you, not to confuse you, but to awaken you, not to lose you, but to reveal you. And as this journey continues, you will begin to see life differently. You will begin to understand yourself more deeply. You will begin to recognize that everything you went through was preparing you for something greater than what you can currently imagine. But for now, simply acknowledge it. Acknowledge the change. Acknowledge the growth. Acknowledge the transformation already happening within you, because once you do, you stop resisting it. And when you stop resisting it, everything begins to align. If this message resonated with you, comment Amen below as a declaration of your awareness. Subscribe for more messages like this, because your journey is only deepening from here. Like this video if you are ready to embrace your transformation, and share it with someone who needs to hear that they are not alone in what they are experiencing. And remember this, as you move forward into everything ahead of you, you are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you were always meant to be.